I'd like to call the meeting to order. This is the public hearing for the Board of Finance on the upcoming municipal budget. I think it's important to kind of cover a couple public information type of things at this point. First of all, this meeting is dictated by charter. The purpose of this meeting is for the Board of Finance to hear public input. Unfortunately, it's not for questions and answers. It's just for us to listen. I will say this, though, and on behalf of the Board of Finance, we have gotten a ton of emails and letters and things like that on various items in the budget. And I know that a couple of people have asked me about questions and wanting to have answers. The one thing I can offer is if you want to get me your questions, because this isn't the forum, if you want to get me your questions, email them to me. My email is on the town website. I'll make sure I either get you an answer or get it to the person that can answer your question if you have a specific question, but tonight's not the forum for that. Another thing, I wanted to go over our schedule and make some suggestions insofar as how the public may verify when different meetings are. I have posted and scheduled 5 meetings this year. It's a little bit more than we normally have. They're March 2nd, 5th, 9th, 11th, and 12th. And they're going to run, everyone will be in this room, and the reason why we're doing it in that manner, a little bit more than normal, is to focus on, even a little bit more so this year, on the municipal and the Board of Ed budget, and also because of timing. I'd like to thank Pat Lodra and Kathy June and Sue for working everything out. We're going to hold our meetings from 7 to 9:30. Hopefully that'll help us focus a little bit too, but the primary reason is every one of these, including tonight's meeting, will be televised. And as many of you know, we have kids that help us out in recording. They need rides, need to be home at a certain hour, so that's the reason why we're going to end at 9:30. Also, we're going to focus on the Board of Selectmen on the 2nd and the 9th, although we may talk about other items, but that'll be the focus. I don't know if that's ominous for things that come, but and the Board of Ed on the 5th and the 11th. My hope is to try to wrap things up on the 11th, but we do have the 12th scheduled. We usually schedule an extra meeting just in case. But that's going to be our schedule. The suggestion I'm going to make to everybody too is if you want to know when the meetings are, it's up to each chair to schedule the meeting, and we have to have them legally warned and posted. The most official place that you can go is the town website. I know that there's been some discussion in communicating when meetings are going to be. I myself found myself at my own meeting last year only to find that it was changed. The bottom line is that they will all be officially warned on the town website, and that's the most accurate place that you can go, and I would recommend everybody get in the habit of checking there. I had mentioned that if you want to get us questions, we'll try to get them answered. With that, I'm also going to mention one other thing. Because of all of the comments and emails and letters that I got this year and the difficult year that it is in the economic times, I just want everybody to be aware that, and I even checked with the state, our town clerk and Freedom of Information, make sure that your comments are on the budget, any item on the budget. This is not the forum to take up personal or political issues. It's also not the forum to discuss contractual obligations and things of that nature. So. And it is under the chair's purview as to what you can and cannot allow. So I want to make sure we keep it on the budget. With that said, here's the microphone. Anybody watched the last meeting that was in this room, you could go from head to head. Sometimes you can hear them, sometimes you couldn't. So make sure that we all speak into the microphone here. So just give me your name and address, raise your hand, and I welcome anybody to have any comment at this time.
The band just stopped. Should I be concerned about that? Sarah Byer, 7 Yogananda Street. Thank you for the opportunity to speak. There they go. I just wanted to say on behalf of the Newtown High School PTSA that we did take a vote and we support the Board of Education budget as it is now. And I also wanted to say to the kids that are here working and volunteering, so thank you very much, because I think it's a really important service, and thank you to all of the people that made this happen to have this be able to go out on cable. So thanks.
Next.
I hate to be the opening act. Lisa Wallace, 43 Mile Hill South. I'm here to speak in support of the Board of Ed's budget. I have grave concern about the loss of teachers. And with the current proposed budget, we're going to lose some teachers. And we all know that the economic times, it's going to be rough, and it's going to be rough for a couple of years probably. But my request is this: the budget is incredibly lean. We lose more teachers if more cuts are asked to be made. There's nothing else to cut. I believe it has to be teachers. And with the increase in children in each classroom that will bring, it brings a whole host of long-term problems. One teacher in a room with 25, 26, 27 kids, especially going through what we're all going through, really rough, economy and getting through it, and dads and moms losing jobs or having things cut. Major changes can occur in a child's life, and I think that the teachers are going to be asked to do even more than their traditional roles in the next couple of years. So I ask that the budget remain at least as is, and no further cuts are asked to be made. Thank you.
Mary Ann Jacobs, 65 Mohawk Trail in Sandy Hook. Mr. Chair, members of the board, thank you for taking the time tonight to hear from all of us about the proposed budget. I'm here tonight representing the middle school PTA as their president and the Reed School PTA as their advocacy chair. Both PTAs have overwhelmingly voted to support the budget as presented to you tonight. I don't envy your job this year. Our current economic climate is affecting all of us in a variety of ways. My husband expects to be told any day to take a 10% pay cut, and frankly, we're thankful he still has a job at all. That being said, we all need to make an informed, thoughtful decision about what we want our budget to provide and whether or not we have the ability and the willingness to support those items. I've been very impressed with the unprecedented actions the superintendent has taken in order to present a responsible budget for the school side. When an agreement to freeze staff wages could not be realized, she was able to achieve similar savings by furloughing teachers for 6 days, resulting in 3 less half days of school for our kids and a decrease in wages for many, many teachers. Not wanting to sacrifice instructional time, she's proposed lengthening the school day by 5 minutes, which will result in an overall gain in teaching time. Similar efforts have been made, I know, by the selectmen, who have reviewed every area of the budget in minute detail and have trimmed all but the most necessary spending. After all this work by all the departments involved, the current proposed combined budget presented to this board shows an overall decrease in spending